Hi, Fred, and I thank God that He has given us yet another day, bright, great, and I want to believe that the Lord has a purpose and a reason why He has allowed us into this day. And I thought I would come to you and just give you an encouragement, because I acknowledge that we all are going through very difficult moments, whether economically or otherwise, and I know sometimes we feel like giving up is the next option that is there, and we feel like there is no other option. But there is one thing that I know, that the Lord has kept you here, and He has a reason why He has allowed you into this day. He has a reason why He has positioned you where He has positioned you. He has a reason why He has given you that family which you look at and feel so hopeless, because maybe you are not able to ensure that they have all that they ought to have. You're not able to stand in for them, and you feel like your heart is breaking and like you are so discouraged. Like moving on is not one of the things that you would want to consider. One of the key things that you can do is that, my brother and my sister, you can find someone to talk to, someone that you trust, someone that you know is out for your good, someone that you know is not going to either break you, is not going to spread your things around, someone that you know is trustworthy. It's trustworthy. It's important to share. It's important to share. It's important that you don't sit there alone and feel like you are in your own world alone and you're not able to move on. Several things happen when we share our frustrations, when we share our discouragements, when we share how we feel deep within with someone that we trust. Number one is that we empty ourselves. By just sharing, by just speaking, you are emptying yourself of that frustration. You are emptying yourself of the pain that you are going through. You are emptying yourself of the discouragement that has so much brought you down. You're getting off certain things from within you that could become toxic and destroy the person that you are. So when you share, even if that person doesn't give you a solution, even if that person doesn't say much, that person becomes an outlet. For lack of a better word, allow me to say this, that person becomes like a dumping site. And it is such a blessing to have people who are willing to be a dumping site for the things that you are going through. Because those things to you are, trash. They will rot, they will destroy you. But for this other person, they may not necessarily do that. He knows where to take them. He knows where to dump them. And therefore, when you speak to someone, you get it out of your belly and you free yourself from the pain, from the rot, from the bitterness, from the toxicity of that thing deep within you. So even if you feel like someone is not going to give you a solution, talk to them so that you are able to get it out of your heart. You're able to get it out of your belly. The second thing that is very important is that people have a way of helping us see the other side of the coin. That when I'm going through frustrations, when I'm going through difficult moments, there is a tendency of just seeing one side, the difficult side, the negative side, the side that says you cannot make it, the side that says that you are doomed, the side that says that this is not something that you should think about, it's already done and gone. But many times when I've talked to people, they have showed me another perspective. They have showed me the other side of the coin. And once in a while, I have realized that the other side of the coin was telling a whole different story from what I was seeing from the side that I was concentrating on. And therefore, my encouragement to you is that as you talk to someone, be open that they can twist things and show you the other side of the coin. Sometimes we go through difficult moments. Think about when you go through a difficult time and you start blaming yourself for the things that happened. You start feeling guilty and feeling like you're the one who brought yourself here, and you're now bitter about yourself and you can't make it. But this other person is able to show you that other side. They're able to show you that you need not carry another person's guilt. So my brother, my sister, when you share, this person is able to give you another perspective that could actually be the healing perspective. It could be what frees you. The third thing that is very important is that solutions are vested in people. And sometimes when we are going through difficult moments and challenging times, it might be very hard for us to be able to objectively, dissect and look into our problems and find a solution. But the times when I have gone to people and I thought this is a mountain, I thought this is such a huge problem. But the moment I talked to them, they just like that came up with a solution that worked. It is because when you're going through the problem, your mind is hindered, your mind is inhibited. But somebody else objectively looking at you from outside is able to tell you, this is how you would have done it. Have you ever watched a match? I'm not a football fan, but have you ever watched a match and you're outside spectating and you see how a player has really done the passes and you're like, that was not right. Even if I'm not a professional footballer, he did not do it right. Why? Because when you are in the game, it becomes very difficult sometimes to find a solution or to find the correct thing to do. But when you speak to someone who is watching from outside, they're able to provide you such a beautiful, simple solution. So when you talk to people, be open that they can provide you with solutions and listen, because in the multitude of counsel, there is prosperity. And many times, many people are going wrong. They are dying in their problems because they're not willing to seek counsel. They're not willing to follow the counsel that has been provided to them. So when you share with someone, they're able to give you a solution. They're able to tell you, this is how you could handle it. This is how you could address it. This is how you could. It is important. Number 4, I think, which is very important, is that they're able to empathize with you. You know, one of the most difficult moments for any human being is moments of loneliness, is moments of feeling I'm going through this alone, is moments of feeling that I'm alone in this whole world. But there is also a beautiful thing when you feel that you're in the fellowship of the brethren, when you feel the warmth of people that are walking together with you. And I want to pray that whatever you are going through, when you share with someone who is able to empathize with you, someone who is able to feel with you, someone who is able to embrace you, someone who is able to come in and you feel that they are part of your journey, that you're not now journeying alone in this challenging moment, in this problem that you are in, but there is somebody journeying with you. That becomes very helpful. And so I encourage you, share with someone who can empathize with you. You know, there are people who don't empathize with you. There are people with whom you share something with them and you feel that you have left them just where they were and you're continuing with the journey alone. But I want to encourage you, share with someone who is able to walk with you through the journey. A friend who is able to stand with you. A friend like Jonathan who is able to come with you where you are suffering and is able to get into your shoes and walk with you. I pray that the Lord will carry you through. I pray that the Lord will encourage you. I pray that the Lord will give you strength through this season. I pray that the Lord will open a door for you. Always remember, even if you share with people, don't forget to share it with God. Our God empathizes with our feelings. One day I was reading my daughter's notes from her devotional, and I talked to her and asked her which of the devotionals made such a great impact for you. And she told me one of the ones that made a great impact for me is that I know God will never turn a deaf ear to me. That every time I cry to him, he is able to hear me. And after hearing me, he is able to act. I was talking to a friend of mine and she was asking me, does the Lord really understand our cry? Does the Lord really understand our tears? And I told her, the Bible says that we have a high priest who is able to empathize with the things that we go through. Why? Because he himself went through what we are going through. When you cry to God, when you pray to him, he's able to empathize with you. Jesus Christ, our intercessor, is able to understand how we feel, is able to understand our pain, is able to really feel with us. Don't forget to speak it to the Lord. Even if you have spoken it so many times, don't give up. Luke chapter 18, that men ought to pray and not to give up. So I encourage you today. Even Jesus, by the way, shared with someone when he was in Gethsemane and he was feeling discouraged and broken. He was depressed. So if you're feeling depressed, it's not that you are a weak person. It's not that you are a bad person. Even Jesus was depressed and he shared it with his friends. But after sharing with his friends, he went and shared it with the Father. I hope this 10 minutes devotional makes a difference in your life. Whatever you are going through, trust it to the Lord. He's able to keep you going. God bless you, and in everything that you go through, may he see you through.